kind of weird. When I created Ajax, I created him based off of me, and I'm 6'4", and yet everyone else here is clearly taller than him. Hmm. 7'3", 6'6", and 6'7" or 6'8". Yeah. Ninja Supreme? Supreme? Don't know how that's supposed to be spelled, but Supreme. Hmm. Well, she definitely looks like a ninja, kind of. No, not really. No. Gamma Jake. I've seen this guy before, but when I was playing as one of the heroes. Can't tell if he changed up his costume or anything. It looks like he just mainly changed the colors. Don't know about the cape. But yeah, he didn't have those sunglasses, so that's a new thing. Let's see. Black electricity. I wish you would show me like what powers they're using. Like what powers, what meta they are. It shows the name, level, the combat rating. Beyond that, really nothing else. This guy's equipment's all the way in the 4,000s. At least his weapon is. Valorium Valerium pistols. The hell is Valerium? Is that even a thing? So let's see. Yeah, there's nothing here to show show if they're meta, tech, or magic, or what powers they have. I would have to like fight this guy to find out what he has. Eh, honestly, why not? Dual invite failed. Gamma Jake is still in combat. But with who?
Neat.
Darn right. I've been meaning to create some new characters because of some powers I wanted to give them. Since, let's see. For the most part, I mainly just had Karana and Ajax, and like I said, Ajax is basically just a fictional version of me in this game, and Karana is just another unique character I made altogether. So this was the next character I made, the third one, Cleon. So the cool thing about Cleon is that, wait, hold on a second. Somebody messing with me or something? Hold on. I need a better emblem for that guy. But anyways, oh wait, Split. How you doing? So the cool thing with Cleon here is his origins, basically. So he was, well, technically still is an employee of LexCorp, who, how should I say? It's like kind of volunteered, not so kind of volunteered to be a guinea pig of sorts for one of LexCorp's experiments, or one of Lex Luthor's experiments. Because it's like, basically, I remember when he made Bizarro, or his own version of Bizarro, he made a clone of Superman. He intended having his own Superman, in other words. Of course, Bizarro is just the fact that Lex Luthor has no idea how the hell Kryptonian DNA actually works. Or the reason why this experiment kept failing. And so, the cool thing is with Najax is that he kind of teams up with Superman a little often. Like, they both still mainly do their own thing for the most part, but like, out of everyone in the Justice League, it's mostly Superman and other Kryptonian characters like Supergirl that he works with. And this is Najax I'm talking about. And so Lex Luthor figured, how did Lex Luthor figure it? Like, Lex Luthor figured maybe Najax was a Kryptonian as well. But regardless, he wanted to have something or someone of his own who could take down Najax. Yeah, basically Luthor eventually found out that Najax wasn't Kryptonian when Najax, because basically Najax himself just said so. He just said, "I'm not Kryptonian, dumbass." But anyways, upon realizing that, Luthor is like, huh. Well, I got a non-Kryptonian who's not vulnerable to kryptonite or red sunlight, but I need someone or something that could take him down. But I don't know if I don't want to wait around to try and capture him or get his DNA and make a clone. After what happened last time with Bizarro. Say, it was something kind of like that. So so, where the hell was I? Oh yeah, so he, like I said, kind of offered, kind of forced. Let's see, Cleon is his last name. I'm trying to remember what I gave him for a first name. I think it was like, Robert Cleon. But as a result of the experiments, once Luthor was done, Cleon pretty much had his memories kind of wiped. Where really the only thing he remembers is his last name and a vague idea of who he is or was before the experiment. Okay, so how long before this person realizes they can't attack me? Yeah, it's gotta be a while. Hey, get your ass back here. So anyways, what Luthor is unaware of is the fact that Najax's powers comes from him being bonded to a deity, which, like I said, I've been talking about before with some of my characters and how I would give him his powers. But anyway, so Luthor said that if I can make my experiment stronger than Najax, he won't be much of a problem then. At least until I can figure out what exactly his weaknesses are. So, part of the experiment involved, the experiment wasn't exactly kind of like how, what were the names? Oh yeah, Captain Atom and Major Force, how they were created. Like, it's like I had this idea, but it's kind of hard trying to get it into words. Like, explain it in a way that makes sense. Because his powers is basically quantum physics. In other words, it's the ability to control various types of energy. Wherever we're talking about cosmic, well, not cosmic, like not cosmic as in divine. You can't control divine energy. Anyways, like, what is the term I'm looking for? It's like I know what I'm talking about. I'm just trying to think what the term for it is. What is it? Oh yeah, natural energy. Any naturally occurring forms of energy.
Phenomenal cosmic power.
Phenomenal cosmic power. What's phenomenal? Is it like cosmic power that regularly occurs but isn't divine? Is that what that is? Because like I said, with Cleon, the way his powers work, he can create and... well, let's see. He can't naturally create all forms of energy. Like, in a way, it's kind of like with Pyro. Pyro from the X-Men, he can control fire, but not generate it. Well, with Cleon, that's certain forms of energy. Like, certain forms of energy, he can control it, but he can't, like, generate it. At least not on his own, if that makes any sense. But most forms of energy, like quantum energy, he actually can generate as well as control. Oh, it's not just divine energy, but any form of
Men's grave in a lot of life, huge deal big.
Huge deal big. Oh yeah. Well, he can create and manipulate vast quantities of certain types of energy, depending on what it is. So, the whole purpose behind Cleon's creation, as I said, was to be an enemy of Cleon.
That witch Raven must be resisting her father's commands.
Shut up, bitch.
With the help of her allies, the Titans. Go, enter the station, defeat all you find inside, then invade Raven's soul to let Trigon triumph.
Sheesh, don't you hate it when you're trying to talk and some woman claiming to be a goddess keeps interrupting? But anyway, so in addition to being able to control and manipulate massive amounts of energy in various forms, mainly from his ability to control quantum energy, well, control and generate. He also has super strength. Well, he also has flight, super strength, and durability. And so, here's the cool thing about his strength that's also a bit complex to explain. Cause basically, when he initially encountered Najax, he was actually stronger than Najax. But it's kind of like the thing between Najax and
Hey, we're in from Gotham. Just between business when the science police raided our operation.
Man, everybody has such long speeches they got to give. Anyways, it's kind of like with Abomination and the Incredible Hulk. Both of them having superhuman attributes and whatnot. Where Abomination may be initially stronger in their encounter, but Hulk can, and so it's kind of like that. Because as I explained before, my character, the way his powers work is that the more blood he absorbs. Oh my goodness. Anyways, the more blood he absorbs, the more powerful he becomes. But he has to keep absorbing it because it's kind of like with Superman and Yellow Sun. If they don't get like a refill of their power source, eventually their powers will start to fade.
You go no further.
So anyways, it's because Najax doesn't absorb as much blood as the deity he's bonded to, Chaos, as much as she suggests he should absorb. It's kind of part of the reason why it's like he's strong, but he could become stronger if he absorbs more blood. But that's just extra stuff. So that's why he hasn't really absorbed much in a while, in almost over a month. And so when Najax ran into Cleon at one point,
I'll head out the way you came in. Thanks.
I wouldn't say he didn't like necessarily underestimate him. He just he just didn't really take him serious at first because the guy was ranting about how his whole purpose and whole creation the purpose of his creation was to take down Ajax, and how he's gonna live up to that, and there's nothing Ajax can do about it. And Ajax is just thinking, oh my god, this guy does not know how to shut the fuck up. And it's like he was gonna go a little light on him until basically Cleon sent him flying halfway across the city. And then Ajax was all like, holy shit, I did not. Why is it that whenever I imagine myself how I would talk in those situations, I sound corny as hell? I gotta stop watching those old school 1970s, 1960s Superman cartoons. Come here, bitch. But anyways, so the way it works between them as far as their strength is kind of the same way it works between, like I said, between Hulk and Abomination. Whereas the villain may be stronger in the initial encounter, but the other one, the hero, or well, Ajax is not really a hero, he's more of an anti-hero. But anyways, Ajax's strength can grow stronger if he absorbs more blood and thus overpower Cleon. Because Cleon's strength cannot go any higher than it already is. It's pretty much set. It can't go any higher or lower than the level it's at.
I'll let the boss know.
That, and in addition to his strength not being able to go any higher or lower than it is, this really hampering his potential. What's the other main thing? Oh yeah, Cleon is not a very good fighter. It's kind of like with Mammoth of the Fearsome Five. Because unlike Mammoth, Cleon's not stupid. He's just not very skilled in combat. Unlike Ajax, who's a very skilled martial artist, the second best out of everyone I have out of my characters created. So upon realizing that, it wasn't really that hard for Ajax to really beat Cleon. Because Cleon, when it comes to striking, Cleon is he's very predictable. Like, his punches are very telegraphed. Like, everyone wants to talk shit about how bad they think Superman is at fighting. They should see this guy. Like, Cleon really relies heavily on his raw power, and his powers alone anyways. Because upon being created, he didn't really get no basic training or anything. Not only in like how his powers work or how to use them, but well, during the process of the experiment that turned Cleon into what he is, he kind of had it installed in his mind how to use his powers, or at least an understanding of how it works. But he hasn't really taken the time to really experiment with it. To him, it's more like, I have this power, it's very powerful, very powerful. And that's all that matters. Just as long as I can take down my target, that's all that matters. Like, that's just how he sees it. So it's a lack of basic training in both the use of his powers and in hand-to-hand combat. And like I said, the fact that his strength can't really grow any higher than it is. And that's just part of why he's had a few encounters with Ajax. I'd say like maybe about 3 prior, but has yet to actually beat Ajax.
You're too late. She's resisting Trigon more every moment.
I will.
Like, seriously, I wonder if anyone else who plays this game has noticed. Like I can't be. There's no way I'm the only one who's noticed Raven's redesign. Like, she did not look like that before, especially when I started playing this game. And it makes me wonder, like, why didn't anyone else in this game get redesigned like that? Which I think Superman was redesigned.
No.
Let's see.
You have no idea what you unleash upon this world.
I think like Superman, Shazam, they've all been changed kind of. Like Superman, he's wearing his rebirth outfit. But if I remember when this game first came out, he had his classic outfit. I could be wrong, but well, no, there's no way he would have his Rebirth outfit back then because DC Rebirth didn't happen until like, what was it, 2016? Yeah, it wasn't until 2016 when DC Rebirth happened. And so the costume he wears now, he wouldn't have had back then when the game first came out. So I think it was his classic costume. Because it was definitely before New 52 happened. And with Shazam, I don't know what exactly Shazam's costume looked like when he first came out, or when the game first came out. But they definitely changed his name. I honestly don't really like Raven's, like, it's not terrible by any means, it's just not as good as her design prior to this redesign, this reworking they did.
No, Trigon, you cannot be here.
Like both the costume itself and the way she looks.
Trigon's power is free. What have you done? Why must you force me to hate?
Like a raven.
Yeah, that's what she initially looked like before they redesigned her.
Like Raven will survive, but hey, Trigon's energy is free to utterly corrupt this plane. Yay for the home team.
Like I don't get that. It's like, what's wrong with the character's initial design that he changed it to something unrecognizable?
Trigon's evil permeates this plane right for our exploitation. Speak to Brother Blood in the safe house, for his ritual nears completion. Trigon must rise!
Sheesh, fucking crazy people, man. So I don't really have much else to say about Cleon's powers and how they work. That's basically the what was it, the gist of it? I still need to get a better emblem for him, though. So it's like, he doesn't really, Cleon's like one of those characters where he doesn't have any like actual weaknesses. He's not necessarily weak to anything. It's just more of like what it is that's holding him back from being a much greater threat than he already is. And it's like one issue is that like he's kind of stubborn. He somehow, for some reason, hey, that's a pretty cool costume. Jugs are popping. I don't get it. But anyways, it's like he's a bit stubborn, not refusing to acknowledge that he's a terrible hand-to-hand combatant, and that his strength just isn't enough to really help him kill Ajax. And it's like, at first he just treated it as a mission, but over time it's kind of starting to become an obsession. Almost kind of like with Deathstroke when it comes to Batman.
With Trigon's energy unleashed,
oh, check out
the
this
sin
costume this
will
person has.
rise, and then Trigon himself. Brother Blood and Lord Trigon, thank you for your service. We will certainly call upon you again.
I probably shouldn't be saying this, but Brother Blood looks like a predator, like a sexual predator. I would not be anywhere near that guy. Like, if I could help it. Yeah, totally not inspired by Deathstroke or nothing. Totally. That's totally not based off of Spawn or nothing, clearly. Is that supposed to say Kide or Side? Let's see. I think I'm going to try to get my character to level 20 first. Wait a minute.
LexCorp's Agent Respect has an urgent job for you at the Little Bohemian nightclub. Do you think they choose their code names or pull them out of a hat? If you find out, let me know.
I don't know why, but there's just something about characters, whether if it's in games or in any kind of media, who are just so self-aware. Like Calculator questioning that guy's unusual name, like Agent Respect. Yeah. Like, I would question that too. I'm like, is that an actual name, or did he just pick that? Well, like, obviously they can't use their real names in these situations, but he's like, you gotta come up with something better than that. Man, look how tall he is compared to him. Man, I hate when this happens.
LexCorp funds the meta wing of Metropolis General Hospital as a front for some very illegal experiments. Something went haywire and the patients are rioting. We need those patients back. And the press kept out. I'll give you a special encasement device to use. Think you can handle it?
Oh yeah, this is the mission where I have to help Dr. Psycho and fight, who was I supposed to fight? Supergirl. Too bad there's really no mission where you get to fight Power Girl. Oh yes, there is. What the hell am I thinking? It's the very first mission you do. Cleon the Controller. I think Controller would be a suiting title. Like, he controls energy, so it would make sense.
I got nothing for you at the moment. Move along.
Good, you're on the job. It seems patients at my meta-human wing at Metropolis General Hospital are...
Welcome to Exploration Adventures with Booster Gold. I'm Booster Gold. This adventure will take you to...
Good, you're on the job. It seems patients at my meta-human wing at Metropolis General Hospital
I wonder if Flip's getting himself a sandwich or something.
Psycho's experimental treatment. But work on the meta-human brain.
Wait, this time of day.
Stage. I don't need this
Nah,
interruption.
probably getting himself something better, like some popcorn, takeout.
Retrieve my test subjects.
You know, whenever I hear people mention getting takeout, I always keep thinking they meant getting something like Chinese food. Which is like, nothing against people who eat Chinese. I just don't like Chinese myself. I just really can't get into Asian food. Of course, some of my friends have told me that that's because, like, none of it is made by legitimate Chinese or Asians in general, as far as Asian food.
I've got the latest gear for your everyday needs.
White Fist. I really don't like the weapons that they have to offer for brawling. As in, like there's very few of them, if any, that look good. So far, the only one that really looks good is the cage gloves.
Makes the best hardware and is willing to sell it to our most loyal customers.
Oh man, level 28 to get this, and what is this? Contemporary tech. Oh, I have the contemporary tech legs and hands, so I just need to get the chest piece. You know what's funny is the hardest part about creating new characters is coming up with a good name for them. Because it's like, even if I do come up with a name that sounds very fitting for them, I have to hope that the name's not even taken by someone. Because like, there's so many names in this game that are apparently taken by other people. Even if it sounds unique enough to, I'm like, there's no way anyone else can have this name. And if it turns out they do, I'm just like, who the heck else has his name? Hey, look at this woman over here looking like a martial artist. League of Shadows, that's what it is. Cool costume. If I see someone with a cool costume, I can't help but to tell them that. Mine's pretty basic, but that's kind of the whole point
makes
with
the best
Cleon.
hardware and is willing to sell it to our most loyal customers.
As a matter of fact, why don't I give a little discussion of some of my characters? Hey, Marvel Legends made a squirrel girl with a motorbike accessory. That's pretty cool. So anyways, I kind of gave a brief discussion of Cleon. And here's another one I created who I think I like even more than Cleon. Madam Washington. So the cool thing about Madam Washington is that her mother's an Amazonian. Oh shit. So yeah, her mother's an Amazonian, and that's where her powers come from, is from her mother. Basically the same typical physical traits or qualities as humans, but to a much higher degree, like Amazonians. It's like, yeah, she is definitely no Wonder Woman herself. Hell, her mother is still stronger than her, or physically superior, however you want to put that. Anyways, but her strength and all her attributes are still well above that of even Olympic level athletes, as far as with humans. Because for some reason, when you make a character, those are immediately the first species you compare them all to is humans, unfortunately. But anyways, enough of that. So her mother is like I said, from Themyscira, an Amazonian. Her father is a Marine. Joined the United States Marines, and actually I had this all written down, but oh fuck, I remember now. Because I got hella mad earlier and kind of like ripped it up and threw it away. But anyways, so the way it kind of goes is that her mother came to the United States after leaving Themyscira because she got bored with her daily routine on the island. And her father, it was sometime after high school that he left to go join the military and became part of the Marines. And so eventually at some point they met. Can't really say where. But anyway, so she moved to Texas with him. They got married and eventually had a daughter. Vanessa, what the hell? What was the last name I gave her? Carter? Ah, man, I wish I didn't throw that thing away. I'll go with Carter for now. Carter will be more of just a replacement until I could think of a cooler last name. Anyways, Vanessa Carter, aka Madam Washington. So it's like basically she's in her second year of high school, but it's like being told about the stories that her parents told her, her dad's time serving in the military, her mother back when she was still on Themyscira. And so listening to these and hearing about how heroic her parents are, it kind of inspired her to want to become a superhero herself. But it's like her parents, she knows her parents really wouldn't like the idea, so 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 where was I? So basically, she kind of keeps it a secret a bit that she's basically a vigilante. So I keep saying so much. I keep losing place. Hey, can you guys keep it down a little bit? I'm doing a live stream. Jeremy? Jeremy? Huh? I said, can you guys keep it down a little bit? I'm doing a live stream. Oh, yeah. Right over. So what was I thinking? Oh yeah, so she doesn't really have any superpowers beyond the whole superhuman abilities due to her being descending from the Amazons from her mother's side. So it's basically your typical superhuman or super speed, strength, durability, all that good stuff. But now, what I want to do is like just a sort of comparison between certain qualities of the characters as far as their abilities and their powers and how it works. So I will explain how Cleon's powers work. Madam Washington, like out of everyone here, she's like the least impressive in terms of like what powers she has and what they do. But hey, they still work for what she has. So because of her father being a veteran, her mother an Amazonian, she received a lot of training in hand-to-hand combat and martial arts. And I forgot what else. What else is it? Oh yeah, battle tactics or war tactics, both modern and ancient. And she's very versatile in the use of weapons, especially melee weapons, but also in guns. Like when growing up, her father would take her to shooting ranges and teach her how to shoot properly. Whereas her mother taught her how to shoot with a bow and arrow. And her mother also taught her how to fight with melee weapons like swords, battle axes, all that good stuff. So like I said, she's very skilled and she's not the most skilled and most experienced. I don't know how to say it. So out of all four characters here, the most skilled in unarmed combat, as in no weapons, for anyone who doesn't know what unarmed does mean, which would be surprising. But anyways, the most skilled unarmed combatant is Karana. She is the number one most skilled in martial arts without weapons. Whereas, so in unarmed combat or hand-to-hand combat, the most skill, it goes from top to bottom. It goes Karana, Najax, Madam Washington, and then Cleon. Well, like I said, Cleon has no martial arts training whatsoever in anything. So as far as talking about fighting, he's just gonna be at the bottom, no matter what, just for future reference. So then that's gonna be mainly between these three. Now, when it comes to fighting with weapons, oh man, Karana, I would still say it's like Karana is technically still the more skilled one. Like Madam Washington, she may know a great deal of how to use weapons as well, but she doesn't have the experience like Karana. So that's the main difference between Karana and Madam Washington as far as fighting with weapons, is that she has more variety, but she has more experience. But anyways, so let's see, kind of talked about martial arts. Oh yeah, as far as the variety of different styles that they learned. So Karana, she knows, I think, yeah, definitely between these three, she has the least amount of variety in martial arts styles that she knows. She only knows Muay Thai, Aikido. What the hell else was it that I was thinking? Oh yeah, Muay Thai, boxing, Aikido, and what was the fourth one? There was a fourth one. Hmm. Oh yeah, karate. So Muay Thai, karate, Aikido, and boxing. Then you have, let's see, Madam Washington. She knows boxing, and let's see, she knows Pancration. Since I think it's safe to say that since the Amazons are Greek and boxing and wrestling were the most popular combat styles in Greece, so I think it's safe to say since they also combined both forms to create Pancration, I just say like just say she knows Pancration. Instead of constantly mentioning wrestling and boxing all the time, just make it easier on myself and just say that she just knows Pancration. Shit, there's some fucking loud ass people outside my door for whatever reason. So anyways, so with her, as far as so she knows Pancration. Let's see, Pancration, which she learned from her mother. That's about the only primarily unarmed form of combat she learned from her mother was Pancration. Just like I said, covering boxing and wrestling. And so from her father, she learned. Wait, do they teach karate in the military? I don't know if they do or not. But anyways, she learned jujitsu, Krav Maga, and wait a minute, what else do they teach in the military? I know in the military they teach Krav Maga and jujitsu. Well, jujitsu is usually part of Krav Maga, but I don't know what else they would teach. Because like that's just the thing with military martial arts. It's like sure it's all under one name, but it's so many different styles put together. That it's like so many different styles put together or combined, and so that's kind of like what makes it so dangerous. So anyways, so from Krav Maga and Pancration, and damn, I really need to do a bit more study on what the ancient Greeks used in combat and what the United States military uses. Okay, who the hell's playing their music that loud? I can fucking hear it from over here. Well, at least it's not inside the cabin. Thank God for that. Now that I think about it, it's kind of like a lot of inconsiderate people on this center. Anyways, one of the cool things about Madam Washington is that she combines her martial arts with her she combines it really well with her acrobatics, making her not impossible to hit, but pretty hard for your average combatant and your less than average combatant, like Cleon. Hey, I just got a notification on my phone. Birds of Prey movie review. Fuck that. The Harley Quinn in Birds of Prey or the DCEU is so unlike her comic book counterpart to me, from costume to personality. It's like I'm like fuck that, no. And I thought what they did to her in the New 52 was bad. Nope, turns out they're just making her worse and worse as time goes on. Like someone said, they say how DC seems to be going the Jared Leto route with Harley Quinn in the live action films. Which I'm like, oh my goodness, that person is absolutely right. And we all remember how well received Jared Leto's Joker was. But for some reason, there's just something about Margot Robbie that everybody just loves, that even with how bad she's portraying Harley Quinn, which I mostly blame on DC, everyone just still loves it. But anyways, enough of that about that. So like I said, she knows a lot more than just 3 different styles. She knows more. It's because, like I said, Pancration is a combination of boxing and wrestling. Krav Maga is a combination of so many different other techniques in addition to Jiu-Jitsu. So let's see. So from Pancration. So, man, I'm kind of confusing myself, but it's kind of like a work in progress. I'm still like coming up with some of these things for some of these characters. Now, Najax, out of everyone here, well, like I said, don't need to put Cleon on this list because he just sucks at fighting. But out of these three, Najax has the most variety. He knows Kung Fu, Taekwondo, Muay Thai. Did I already say Jiu-Jitsu? I think I already said Jiu-Jitsu. Because like I say, because he's a fictional version of he's basically a fictional version of me, so therefore, because in real life, I know Jiu-Jitsu, wrestling, boxing, Muay Thai, Kung Fu, Taekwondo. But that was the 7th one. I know there was a 7th style that I learned at some point. Oh man, it's been that long. It's like it's been so long that I can't even remember what the 7th style that I've been practicing is. Not really capoeira, because I don't really practice capoeira. I take a couple of sessions of it, and I do kind of practice it in my free time, but it's not really something I use in sparring or in self-defense. So that's why I don't like. I do a little bit of capoeira, but just only as like a exercise. So therefore, I don't really count it. But anyways, that's all the styles that I know. Therefore, all the styles that this guy knows. So like I said, he has the most variety. And not to mention, when he fights, he's fucking crazy. He doesn't hold back as much as she does. And, well, she works with the villains, so, no. I forget the comparison I was making. Hey, is the chat not working or something? Because I know by now Flip would have probably have said something. Crazy. Hold on, let me see something here. I forgot. What's I gonna type?
Yahoo.
So at the very least, it's working. Yeah, because people just don't feel like saying nothing. Hey, I got another notification. Top 10 reasons birds of prey. Wait for it. Top 10 reasons birds of prey is better than Suicide Squad. I just don't see what people are seeing in this movie. Let's see. Here's some comments from some people. Let's see. First comment. I watched yesterday and I loved it. It's a great movie. Do they beat Thanos in this one? That's funny. Easy answer. It's rated R. Yeah, that's true. Wait a minute. Suicide Squad wasn't rated R? Oh yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't really violent or gory or nothing. Let's see. Here's another comment from someone. Reasons 1 through 10, it isn't. LOL. Yeah, that's a weird comment. I don't even want to say that. So, what else? What else do I have to say regarding their martial arts? Let's see. She technically has a bit more variety in both unarmed and armed combat as far as the different styles that she knows compared to Karana, but Karana has more experience. Let's see. More experience, and even though she may not have she may not know as many styles as she does or as Najax, but then again, when you think about it, less styles just means more time to focus on what she does know. So part of why out of these three, she's definitely the most skilled in Muay Thai, since that's the first style she started with. Like nobody out of my characters matches Karana in Muay Thai. But enough about that. So now let's talk about their powers, or at least their physical powers, physical strength. And so with Najax, since his powers come with being bonded to a god, essentially it's like the form he enters is kind of makes him a demigod. it's kind of like with Black Adam and Shazam. I don't think anyone else refers to it as that, as them basically going from their mortal form to their demigod form. But that's just how I call it, just to make it easier for myself. So as his normal mortal self, Najax is still physically stronger than Karana, because really, anytime it seems like Karana is using physical strength, she really isn't. That's like her just using magic to amplify her strength as well as her other abilities. But as far as natural strength, nothing enhancing it, nothing to make it like any higher or lower than it is, then by then it goes Cleon, then Madam Washington, Najax, then Karana. But when Najax activates his powers and enters his demigod form, then yeah, he is definitely physically the most powerful. Whereas with Karana, she can use magic to enhance her strength, but not really not really too much, like maybe enough to lift a car, but she still ends up being weaker than Madam Washington. So that's how it works as far as like with physical strength. Don't really want to get into speed. That's kind of, I feel like that's not necessarily pointless, but not really something I just want to talk about because it's just not as interesting. I'll just say that Karana, like like I said, because Karana, part of her is magic as well as the fact that she absorbed energy or divine power from a dying god, and so that's part of a dying god whose specialty is speed. So that's why she's able to, when she taps into that divine energy, she's the fastest. So you see, what did we cover? We covered fighting ability, we covered physical strength. Let's see, I don't know what else there is to talk about out of all of them. Well, I could talk about the way they're related. Let's see, Karana and Najax, despite Najax working for the good guys for the most part, like I said, he's still more of an anti-hero because there are times where his anger does get the best of him and he's killed people before. No one really important, but it's like it has happened. So despite him working with the heroes for the most part, and Karana working with the villains again for the most part, because she will work with the heroes, but like, she mainly works with the villains as a mercenary. She just works with them because they pay her. So these two are good friends. They have a lot of respect for each other, and kind of the funny thing is how some of the people in their respective communities question the relationship between them, whether they're an item or if it's purely just a platonic sort of relationship. And so that's how it is between these two. They're good friends who know each other very well, and really nothing else other than that. Now with Cleon, like I said, the whole purpose with Cleon is that he was originally a human who was subjected to a experiment that radically changed his appearance, gave him powers, all with the sole purpose of taking down Najax. After Luthor found out that not only is Najax extremely powerful, but his powers aren't like Kryptonian, like Superman. And I had something cool I wanted to say, but I forgot what that was. And so that's what it is with Cleon. Cleon was just basically made or turned into what he was with the sole purpose of taking down Najax. And then you have and out of all these characters, Madam Washington is like the only one who's in no way related to anyone here. It's like, so yeah, she's the only one with no relation in any way to anyone here. Oh, sorry, I just had to do something real quick. But man, I wish I had more people in the chat. Because I don't know. Usually I don't like asking for ideas, but maybe I could use a few ideas. Well, not ideas, but it's like there's these times where when I'm explaining these characters and I can't come up with any idea like what this is called or what that's called, or of a good example. Usually there's some people who would have some good ideas, or they'd be able to tell me like what the term for it is. Kind of like when Flip said phenomenal cosmic power when I was explaining how Cleon's powers work or what they are. So I would say in terms of like just raw power alone, and it's purely just talking about powers alone, like just raw power alone, Najax is the most powerful. Then Cleon, then Karana, then well, Madam Washington. Like I said, her natural strength is higher than what Najax is in his human form as Jason, his civilian form, basically. And higher than Karana when she's not using magic. Even with magic, Karana can't really increase her strength that much, because her magic's usually made for other purposes. But in terms of energy output, well, in terms of like who's the most who has the highest energy output, it's Cleon. Then let's see, it's Cleon, then Najax, and then Karana. Because Najax, the energy when he's able to manipulate energy, because he manipulates dark matter, it packs one hell of a punch. Well, I say it's kind of hard to say, because with Najax, how much power he has, I'm just gonna play as this guy. The amount of power he has depends on how much blood he's had to absorb. But consistently, out of those four, it's the highest. And I really want to change his costume. Because shit, I hate when that happens. Like, I turn the heat on, and no warm air even comes out. Harold Howe? Hey, isn't that the outfit Hal Jordan, the guy's name? Alan Scott, the original Green Lantern? I think he wore something like that at some point.
I'm back.
Flip, where the hell you been this whole time? I just got done talking about all the four characters that I have created, and just getting done doing this big old comparison. You missed it. You would have loved it. Okay, I don't know if you would have loved it, but it was pretty cool. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Ooh, sounds very important. Let's see what's going on in the chat. You just kicked my tune because of shit. I ain't down with kids games. Wait, what? Looking for people to the Chasm raid. 2 out of 8. I'm on cue. I punch all of you motherfuckers, LOL.
And of course I would have found it cool. I love the comic book stuff you talk about.
Why, thank you. Let's see. I punch all you motherfuckers, LOL. I'm JK. Shut the fuck up. I would though. Oh, I think was this supposed to be some kind of emoji? I think it is. LOL. How? Where's Carol? Menajef 11. What the hell is that supposed to mean? I'm just talking on board, but I would though. I don't know, Bruce. It's always funny to me when there's that one person in the chat either messing around or trying to talk shit, but it's like the stuff they say makes no sense. Like look at this right here. I punch all you motherfuckers. It's like, what the hell is that supposed to mean? I punch all you. What the hell? And then there's this right here. You just kicked my tune because of shit let out the eye for whatever reason. You just
Tell
kicked my...
everyone they lost the game.
You just kicked my tune because of shit I ain't down with kids games. The hell's that even supposed to mean? Kyle Rayner is cooler than Hal Jordan. I just gave her a kid. Anyone know a good PvP celestial loadout? He got a green and pink ring on. Nah, Jon Stewart better. She given birth at that little midget dude hospital. He's a boring kid. This Harold Howe, whoever was saying some weird shit, man. Oh, I know what,
The chats of MMOs are a place of insanity.
You are so correct about that. Let's see. Kryptonians are superior to Saiyans. What's funny is that, like, my character is more like that kind of character where he's not a Saiyan, but it supports Saiyans. Or sides with Saiyans. He basically works with them a lot. But anyways, I wonder how this is going to turn out. And while I wait, I'm just going to go use the restroom.
Oh shit, you're gonna like game chat up with the comment like that.
Let's see. Kryptonians are superior to Saiyans. I said Jon Stewart is boring. Too much rage. Y'all need y'all to chill. Ain't nobody responded to a damn thing I said. Whatever. It was worth a try. I remember that's not the first time I've said that though. I said it before, but it didn't really spark a huge controversy or people getting all crazy about it. Just more like just some people like agreeing or disagreeing what makes some characters cool and not so cool as far as like Saiyans. No, it wasn't really like that. It was more of like what one group has compared to the other group. Yeah, it wasn't really like what I was hoping for. Oh well, it was worth a try though. At least in my opinion, it was. No, I just thought of something. There was this, like, let's see, on campus. There's this guy who I worked with. I've talked about him before in another stream, or how he's basically this sort of narcissistic asshole who just demands that he gets what he wants, and somehow acts like he can somehow get away with whenever he does something. He often acts like he can somehow get away with it, but no one else is allowed to, at least without his permission. Yeah, he's basically one of those types. Like the narcissism. The narcissism.
Ladders blue.
Victory at any cost.
But anyways, this guy is like an extreme narcissist. But what's funny is how, like, he legitimately believes that, or I think from his actions and his words, that he thinks that he and I are good friends. Which really is like, I tolerate him at best, since like we have to work together regardless of how I feel about it. So it's like I just tolerate him as much as I can. But anyways, it's like for some reason there's like all these times where he keeps trying to get inside my room. I still remember the very first time. It was, what was it, no, it wasn't in January. It was back in like, as far back as in December. I had a different roommate because, let's see, when I first moved here, I had two different roommates. One of whom had already moved out by then, and another one who was close to finishing his time here at the Conservation Corps. So, wait, where is it? There it is. So anyways, after one roommate had left and I had just that other one, so one guy comes by my room looking for him, but let's see, one guy comes by my room looking for him, but I tell him, oh, he's not here. And he's like, oh, okay. So he's about to leave, but as I'm closing the door, I just hear these footsteps, someone running down the deck, and next thing I know, he kind of barges, doesn't really barge, like he tries to barge his way into the room, but it's like, he just basically blocked the doorway, and he was talking after like he was the police, and I can't remember what he said, or most of what he said. I just remember one of the things he said was, he told me how my roommate gave him permission, strict permission to come in, and then told me to move. It was ridiculous how he was holding his phone, like he had his phone in his hand and he was holding it like it was a gun. But anyways, at first I told him he's not allowed in here, but then he said how my roommate gave him permission to come in, even though I knew better, because it's like, how can my roommate give him permission to come in if my roommate's not even here on campus? Like, the dude was gone for the weekend. And so I told him, no, get out. I think, if I remember, I think I said it in a more stricter tone or fierce tone than that, but not really like yelling at him. But anyways, I just said that. That was my final response, was just, no, get out. And well, he actually did leave. He didn't try to like come up with another stupid argument. Thank God. But it's like, as he's backing away out of the door frame, he holds his phone, or he points his phone towards me and pretends to act like he's shooting a gun at me for whatever reason. And then there was another time, and the second time he tried to get in my room is so far the only time he was actually successful.
Thank you for the assist.
Where,
time to get back out there.
wait, was I doing? I don't think I was doing a live stream. I think I was just playing video games. And next thing I know, I just feel this tap on my back because like I had my headphones on pretty loud, so I couldn't hear anything. And so I just feel someone just tapping me on my back. And next thing I know, there he is, right in my room. And it's like basically the way the cabins or dorms here work, their cabins basically, is that there are no doors separating each room in the cabin, but there's like just walls. And it's like each room, they're separated by walls, but they also have these, they're mainly like in a square space. Like each room is shaped in, each room within the cabin is shaped like a square. And I think it's like the area I'm in, which is the second one, has the most room. And so he just came up into that area. It's like he didn't like. Well, like I said, he obviously he just made his way past the door, and this was when my previous roommate, when I first got here, was still here, but I already had a new roommate. But anyways, that's beside the point. So he makes his way past him, past the new guy who recently moved in, and came over to where I was. And I think it's like, I don't think, because he said he was just checking up on me, see how I was doing, which I know better. Like, I know full well that was not the case. I think what it was is that he just wanted to see what my room looked like and what I had. And it makes me wonder if it's like, if he's constantly trying to get inside my room, planning on taking my stuff if I'm not here. I'm willing to consider that's what it is.
We are stronger.
I don't know. I don't know what other reason it could possibly be other than just that. Just him trying to possibly see what I have and what I'd be doing in my room. So then the third time he tried to get into my room, this was when this was like by now both of my old roommates have finally left, and I had two new roommates. The second one, or the most recent one, who's been in here for about a week now, so he was up here in the room, but he said he saw the guy trying to, like he said he was closing the door, and the same guy who I work with, he saw him try to make a beeline, I think that's what it's called, beeline, for my room because he saw the door was open. But my roommate stopped him, but he was just standing there in the door frame asking him, and according to my roommate, the dude asked if I was in there, and I think my roommate said yes. And so the dude just shouted out my name and fucking woke me up because it was nighttime and I went to bed pretty early. Because if I remember, I was very tired. So the damn dude just woke me up, freaking jackass. And let's see, he was like, "Hey, what are you doing?" Like he was all that interested for some reason. But anyways, he asked me what I was doing. I just told him sleeping, and he was all like, "Oh, my bad, man. I ain't gonna bother you no more." And then he was talking to my roommate again for a little bit before finally leaving. And my roommate, let's see, the first time, my first roommate, when the guy made his way in, and actually, when he actually made his way into my room and was checking out what I was doing, all that. While he was there, my roommate apologized. He said, "Oh, my bad, Jason. I tried to stop him, but he kind of just forced his way in." Which really is no surprise. I'm not surprised the guy would just force his way in here. But second time, not the second, but the third time he came by my room. But it was like the second time he was, his plan to get in my room, it was the second time it was foiled because my roommate just stood there and refused to let him in. But he apologized to me saying, "Oh, my bad, Jason, I didn't mean for him to wake you up, man, cause he just ran straight for the door as soon as he saw it was open." And so the most recent time was just earlier this week, where some other guy comes by the room, wanting to see my roommate who's in the area closest to the door, and he's like just hanging in the doorway. And so I see the other guy, my coworker, just standing there behind him. And it's like obviously he was once again trying to get inside my room. So after the other guy comes in, he was given permission to come in, whereas my coworker wasn't. And so my roommate was constantly telling him, "Whoa, what are you doing? You weren't given permission. You're not welcome here." And so he saw me in my area, and he was like, "That's okay. Jason gave me permission to come in." And it's like as soon as he said that, he winked at me twice. It's like both times when he winked at me, I just shook my head no. I was like, no, I did not give you no permission. You are not coming in here. So between that and my roommate telling him how he's not welcome in there, he eventually left. And I think that's about it. So that's four times in which he would see the door to my room open, and he would make it, and he would just run on over. But only one out of those 4 times, he actually managed to force his way in here, past whoever is at the door. I really don't get like what his obsession with getting into my room is. It's like it's not really anything about this cabin. It's only just because I'm in this cabin, because I'm in here. And it's like I gotta stop saying that, saying oh it's like, or saying like so much. It's really irritating me. But anyways, it's as if he's got some kind of weird obsession with me. What the hell? Die already. Of course, I wouldn't say, no, I wouldn't go as far as say he's attracted to me, but I don't know, because I remember one time we were at work and he was talking to some other guy, and the way he was talking to that guy who was leaving the cafeteria after eating was kind of suggestive. And I remember he turned to me and said how he was gay. He was like, I'm gay, by the way. And it's like, oh, I said it again. But anyways, the first thing that came to my mind was, is this dude for real? Because he says a lot of things and just happens to be joking or doesn't really mean it. And it's like, and what I'm wondering is, if he is gay, then I'm thinking, why did he tell me he's gay? Like, why reveal to me that you're gay? Because, well, I'm not gay myself, so I'm definitely not attracted to him. Is that guy off the... Oh, I gotta stop saying that. But for the thing with me is that I don't hate gays. I'm definitely not homophobic. It's just that, well, it's just preference and sexuality. As in, I'm not gay, therefore, I don't want no other guy flirting with me or trying to get all close or romantic with me. That's why anytime some guy reveals to me that they're gay, it doesn't really bother me. But if it turns out that that's the reason why they try to get my attention or try to be around me so much, then it becomes a problem. How many do I have left? I'm at 325, almost halfway there. I remember when I first initially started this mission, where it says defeat enemy soldiers. The fact that I had to defeat over 400 of them. It's like other missions where you have to defeat a certain amount of enemies. The first one I did, I think it was, what was it? Oh yeah, Doomed Metropolis. And rather if you're fighting Star Labs agents or LexCorp agents, the fact that it was like up to 99, basically 100, and I was thinking to myself, are you kidding me? But man, here, 411, that's just ridiculous. Weird. I feel wide awake now, which for me it's weird because I was feeling tired constantly earlier. Yeah, maybe I just need water. Of course, I had like 2 bowls of cereal earlier, so, and let's see, I had 2 bowls of cereal, and one of my bosses told me how cereal has a lot of carbs, and carbs are what makes you tired. And so what she recommended was that I eat more, because we have yogurt and granola, eat more of that. Like, not only would that give me the energy I need, but also I won't get tired so quickly. So back to the previous thing I was talking about. One of my co-workers, who also is a resident on center like I am, who for some reason
Thank you for the assist. Time to get back out there.
Shut up. I already said all this, but I just don't get what it is. I don't get why whenever he sees my No, I never seen him do it to any of the other co-workers in the kitchen. Like so far, it's just me.
See you out further on the beat.
But I think, yeah, I never seen him. Let's see, one of the guys who I work with, who's also one of my friends on center, I never seen him do it to him, like, at all. Whereas with one of the other guys, he doesn't really like try to like charge into his room. He at least actually knocks, and if he sees the doors open, he doesn't just try to barge or force his way in. He actually like just stays at the doorway waiting for permission. He doesn't just come on in. Whereas for some reason, when it comes to my dorm, because I think it's just because I'm in here, that for some reason he cannot seem to comprehend asking for permission. Like no, he's just no. I'm gonna go on in. He's gonna let me, just because we're co-workers. And like I said, he thinks we're friends. But also, if he was being legitimate when he told me that he was gay and wasn't just joking around, that may be what it is either. That he might be attracted to me. I gotta stop yelling so much. I gotta start eating. I really need to start eating way more food that gives energy, and eat less carbs. So I gotta eat less cereal then. But anyways, if this keeps becoming an ongoing thing with him for some reason just trying to get in my room without any permission from me or my roommates, because I had to tell both of my roommates, yeah, you see this guy? Well, for some reason he keeps trying to come into my room for whatever stupid reason, so he's not welcome, like ever. This cat. Sheesh, am I any closer to finally completing this mission? 411 troops, that's ridiculous. Man, I keep losing my train of thought. Like I was saying that if he keeps trying to get into my room, I'm gonna have to report this to the staff. I already told one of my bosses about this, and she said that. Well, the first thing she said that it sounds more like an outside thing, basically like anything outside the kitchen, because it's really what goes on in the kitchen. She has a say. She can't really do anything as far as what goes on outside the kitchen, because that's basically outside her work area, outside her how you say the word? Jurisdiction? Basically, it's outside of what she could do about it. She just said that she'll see what she can do, which I think by that as in she'll just inform some other staff about it, and that's about it. But it's like the saying goes, you live long enough, you're always bound to meet some very interesting people. Like this guy, where basically he's a jerk. He's very narcissistic, and is so quick to start whining if he doesn't get what he wants, even if you don't say or do anything to him. Not to mention he's a control freak. Almost everything he says and does in the workplace is part of his obsession with gaining control over everyone else in the kitchen. Even one of my bosses, who's the second in command. Like, she's second in command, but he keeps arguing with her anytime she gets on his case about something or tells him what's what. Like, there was one time, it was earlier this week actually, where she said she was smelling smoke, and I smelled it too. I didn't know what it was at first until she checked the recycle bin and found an, let's see, what was it, an egg carton or an egg rack? Anyway, some kind of plastic rack that was laying inside the recycle bin, and it was on fire. She had to take it out of the recycle bin and put the fire out herself. And he said he was the one who put it in there. But for some reason, I think it was just because my boss, the second in command, just because that she was, because they don't really get along well. Like, he's always so quick to argue with her. It was only because she was saying something that's why he didn't take it serious at all. So even though she kept saying that that's a major safety hazard, he was like he was cheering about it, saying that's good. He's like, fire, yeah, something like that. And every time she kept telling him how the egg carton was on fire, and it was just laying in the recycle bin, just burning and smoking, he just kept saying how that's a good thing. And I'm like, how the hell is that a good thing? Hold on, I didn't say that, but I was thinking of that myself. But seriously, something that's on fire and you just put it in the recycle bin, but yet somehow that's a good thing. In what way is something catching on fire, which basically endangers everyone else, how is that a good thing? Which I tell you, it isn't, but he was somehow fine with that. Of course, the boss, who is the top in command, the top supervisor, if she had said something about it, oh, he would have been all like, "Oh, my mistake. I won't let that happen again. I'll go put it out right now." Actually, it's not just him. It's, let's see, it's him and two other guys in the kitchen who I work with who are like that. Where if the second in command supervisor, if she says something to them or gets on them about something, they're so quick to bring up the first in command, saying, "All right, I'll just go talk to her. I'll just tell her you said that." Incoming. Or they'll say, "Well, first in command tells us this and that, and she's the higher up above you," and of course she just keeps telling them that she doesn't care. That same higher up, that same second in command. Oh, that's kind of cool. That same top boss I keep bringing up, how she's not here, therefore that whole threat is invalid. Of course, I kind of find that a little annoying, how often they keep doing that. Almost every time, that's all I hear from any of them. Whether it's just like complete missions for Cyborg on time. Collect the energy from Typhon's fallen monsters in Gotham. 410? Man, that's some bullshit. 15 missions under siege. Gotham under siege. Alright, I wanted to change this dude's costume. Oh, here's home base.
The technology at our disposal may seem like science fiction, but you can bet the farm that it's science fact.
Or Officer Jones knows most.
Use it against the savage soldiers.
I specialize in cleaning up messes that others cannot. This is one of the biggest I've ever seen. And I've seen a lot. In order to get this under control, I need the best assets I can find. I hope you're up to my standards.
Woman, keep dreaming.
I know a bunch of our troops from both back in my heyday and even more from right now. They're all swell and damn good fighters, but they are outgunned by the savage soldiers and need your help.
Superior champion. Almost looks like Snoop Dogg. Well, to me it does. Alright, so who am I blowing up and where? Who the hell shooting at me? You know, for a moment, I was wondering if, based off the colors alone and the fact that I have a cape, if my costume could be considered similar to what Homelander wears. But now that I think about it, hell no. Yeah, I don't know where the idea that it looks similar to Homelander's outfit came from. Man, shut up out there, whoever's yelling out there. This place is weird. There's so many weird people on here. It's like I can't complain too much because I'm pretty weird myself in some ways. But some of these guys, some of them just plain disturb me. You never expect those with the most basic costumes to be amongst the most powerful or dangerous. Now I'm trying to remember, how did I originally have this costume? I think what it was is that I gave it a little bit of orange and was it blue? And I know the costume was, I mean the cape was different. It was a split cape. Looks almost about right, but I don't think that was the right color. Oh, I'll just go with that. Speaking of weird, I work with some very weird people. Like, one of the weird ones is one of my friends. He's weird in a funny way though. So it's really nothing he does that bothers me. Whereas one of the other guys, at least like, let's see, there's another one of my friends. He could be kind of he could be a challenge to put up with because the things he says and the ideas he has are just so weird. There's our teacher in the academic building, who's usually very calm, very reasonable. But the dude is always saying stuff that's just so bizarre, so crazy, that it makes the teacher almost lose his mind, constantly having to point towards the door and tell him, "Get out, just get out." Wait, use Paradise. Draw forth Paradox. But anyways, as I said, with our teacher, like I said, he's usually calm and collected. But just how often that other friend of mine who I work with, how often he just drives him crazy, it's funny.
I hear you made quick work out of those savage soldiers.
Let's see, wrath reduce. Now I know there's another mission that I just accepted.
Sure didn't think I'd ever see you again, Lady Blackhawk.
That almost sounds insulting. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna keep streaming, cause oh, weird.
Ready for some more history? I knew you were. The Ferris wheel was preceded by the pleasure wheel, dating back to the 17th century. Pleasure wheel passengers rode in chairs that were suspended in a large wooden ring, which was then rotated by a strongman. Sounds like a job for Superman.
Now, if I remember, Atomic, let's see, it's not just Tank, but, no, not Tank. Atomic and Earth both share the tank role. Guys, I found a hero NPC, but I forgot her name. Don't start nothing you can't finish. Hey, I wasn't done reading that. I know she became a Titan at some point. What's up? It's gonna drive me nut. She's, white, wearing black pants, and a star tank top. Donna Troy. Here we go. That's her name, thing. You know what's funny is that, wait a minute. Negro, wait, that's her name, thing. Negro, you stank, everybody stank, bitch, fuck everybody, y'all some bitches, and y'all stank, dumbass bitches. Looks like someone, damn it. Someone hasn't been taking their meds late. Let's see. Seems like someone hasn't been taking their meds lately. Seems like so. Sheesh, you give me all this stuff that's... It's like, why keep giving me things that are obviously inferior to what I have right now? Well, I can't sell that, so I might as well just get rid of that. I know. Tragic. Tragic. Tragic, isn't it? I know, tragic, isn't it? So these will each go to my that's gonna be contributed towards my league.
The carousel, or merry-go-round, traces its roots back to a cavalry training mechanism from the 12th century, but didn't become
Monkey.
a form of recreation until sometime
How the heck did I
in the
miss?
17th century. These dates are a
Monkey.
bit maybe I, Booster Gold, should ask Rip Hunter to go back in time and get the whole story.
Don't call yourself such mean I don't know if this person is trying to be a troll or if they're just straight up angry. Hey, I need one of those little radar gizmos that'll allow me to... I forgot what I was thinking. Oh, yeah, that'll allow me to track down where those audio recordings and...
In past years,
what are those other things called? Helixes?
of the Queensland boardwalk were intoxicating. The aroma of
Anyways, all those tokens that I call them.
as people relaxed and enjoyed the
I can't. I need to find. I need to get me one of those. Give me one of those, like those devices that allows me to find them easier.
Booster Gold be the one to tell you a barrel full of monkeys really isn't
Kneel
all
for
that
slime. Key for slime. It's adorable. It reminds me how I was like 8 years ago. Bitch, I be calling your mother those things. I'm... That That explains it. Like whenever someone just goes on this big old cursing rampage, it's usually always a child trying to act and your mom still let me hit. Shut it, baby. You barely potty trained. Nasty. I'm not even saying.
Night returns.
The what? Who? Wait, what? Man, Flip, I thought you was gone for good. Hey, it's Wonder Woman. Hey, put your clothes on, man.
Which is like the Dark Knight's Returns only minus Heath Ledger.
Where, yo? Where your clothes at? Yo, Flip, check this out. Check out the chat, man. The one in the chat named your boy Sin. Let's see. Stank bitch was no. Where's the very first one he did? Let's see. Negro, you stank. Everybody stank, bitch. Fuck everybody. Y'all some bitches and y'all stank dumbass bitches. Fuck everybody. Y'all some stank, dumbass bitches. Let's see. Someone else said I smell a simp. I'm the one who responded with, seems like someone hasn't been taking their meds lately. Someone else says kids be like that. I responded with, I know. Tragic, isn't it? He comes back with, stank bitch, sit your dirty ass up, go take a shower, bum ass bitch. And someone, King of Atrocity says, at least it's not typos this time. Then someone says, retarded bitch.
This guy must be a big man.
No, they admitted they're 9 years old. They're a 9-year-old. See, Sin, you gotta get off the keyboard. You're not tough. LOL. Straight like that bitch ass Negro. And then I said, don't call yourself such mean things. Someone else says, don't get snatched up. King of Trusted says, it's adorable. It reminds me of how it was 8 years ago. So then your boy Sin comes back with, sheesh, going crazy. Bitch, I be calling your mother those things. And then that's when they revealed, I'm 9 years old, bitch ass Negro. Someone else says, LOL. I responded with, that explains it. Your boy Sin responds with, and your mom still let me hit. King of Atrocity says, shut it baby, you barely potty trained. And I responded with, nasty. Someone says, buddy, you only in the 5th grade, adorable. And then your boy Sin goes, and that bitch stank. King of Atrocity goes, whose kid is this? Sin, don't got hair yet. The fuck? Shut your retarded bum bitch ass up, Negro. Lul, make me kiddo. Little buddy, calm down. Wait a minute. Your mother licking my hair. OFG, my balls are in. Man, they really must be 9 years old because they can't spell off right. Whoa. You got no hair to begin with.
Words flying around. The white guys must pretty flustered.
Hold up. How much you wanna be? Wait, how much you wanna be? I don't. Haha. You wanna lick it too? Wanna be or wanna bet? LOL. Bet ya. He failed his spelling test. He pissed. King, you're not even a man. You got no dick at all. Bum ass bitch. Negro, you're 9. The F. That's my point. Don't know how that's their point, but this kid's stupid. That's my point. This kid's hell stupid. This kid dumb as hell. Study for you spelling test next time. It's adorable. What is this chat? What am I? Good. What is this chat? LOL. Good question. Oh, I got one. There's a junior red lantern in the chat. Go get some bitches on your dick. There's a junior red lantern in the chat. Baby rage. Oh man, this is hilarious. This is freaking. This kid is just desperate to try and sound tough. I just can't help but laugh at how stupid they sound. They don't even realize it. seriously, everything they do is just part of their desperate attempt to sound tough. What was I looking for? No, not that house of LA. Here we go. Had to put on my real outfit. I feel like out of all the costumes in this game, or out of all the different styles I've made for a character to wear, this is probably like as close as I can get to what Najax looks like in his demigod form with his armor on. It's like, but let's see. So imagine, so the way I'm trying to go, the look I'm trying to go for with Najax is imagine it like this, but his hair, he has long, smooth black hair, and the same armor covering his body. He also has something like that covering his entire head. So there's no skin exposed.
That red and black got me hyped.
Yeah, so it's like, so his entire head is covered, so there's no skin anywhere on his body that's left uncovered. It's all covered up. And like I said, basically he has long black smooth hair. And you will get, not the most accurate, maybe not like a completely accurate representation of what I would like to have him look like, but pretty close. Actually, doesn't it have, nope. You know, when I was a little kid growing up, I used to wear my hair as an afro. Something kind of like this, if not longer. No, not like that. The sideburns look kind of cool, but not on him. But as I said earlier, it's funny how when I created Najax,
forward to the days when create a character hair options don't suck.
I know, right? Like, give us much better options. Give us something better to work with. But anyway,
there is never good hair options.
No, kid's brother died. I don't buy it. But anyways, when I created Najax, since I keep repeating this, I'm like a broken record at this point. How I keep saying that Najax in this game, he's basically me, but what was I saying? Wait a minute. What does this kid say? Dumbass Negro. He died because he had to get set up. That made no damn sense. Man. Now what was I? Oh man, I forgot. Oh yeah. Since Najax is basically me fictionalized, he's 6'4", like me. But he's pretty short compared to the other kids. To the other characters I created. Blue Dauntless. Hey, didn't I tell that guy before cool costume? I think I did. Oh, I don't know. Someone's health was going down. I don't know who, but I had to go save them. I'll save you. Man, there's a whole bunch of people constantly going down over here.
Dude, we will get perfect hair options long before fits make sense in chat.
I hope so. I think the only reason why he's still going is because he just wants... That's usually what it is with trolls. They just want attention, and basically we're just giving him that attention. But you know what? I'm fine with that, since I got nothing but funny stuff to say. Let's see. Shut up, bitch. Your stink dumbass still talking. I don't know, but his bro's 6 feet deep, he said. What the hell? See, LOL, we in the wrong. Samsonite. Oh my goodness, if this dude don't put some pants on. Oh no, his body's made of crystal. I thought that was supposed to be like basically the Hulk or something. Formal what the hell? But anyways, enough of this crazy nonsense. I gotta go and assist the Titans. Now, if I remember, it was when I was playing as Corona on the villain side that I ran into members of the Fearsome Five, and I think the first one out of the Fearsome Five I talked to was Mammoth. And I didn't even know it was Mammoth at first. I only recognized him because of the costume. I was like, hold on a second, is that Mammoth? Looks like it has to be him because of the costume. And it's like his eyes were just all glowing yellow, and he had all that
got
fish.
The image of a naked, enraged Hulk charging at me in my head. Terrifying.
That is terrifying. I would not want that.
The authorized number of training marks can be exchanged for sections of state-of-the-art combat equipment.
Dang, robots trying to take over the world.
Have a fine day, combatant.
What was I talking about? I was talking about Mammoth. And I was talking about how I was able to recognize him. And then I remember I looked up an image of how he looks in the Teen Titans cartoon, the original cartoon, compared to how he looks in the game. And then I looked up how he looked in the comics. And I found it somewhat interesting to find out that in addition to being physically the most, the physically most powerful member of the Fearsome Five, he also, not only does he lack skill as a combatant, since he's the most definite example I can think of someone who relies 100% on their strength alone. No combative skill, no basic training whatsoever. Which is funny how people say that's what it is with Superman, that Superman sucks at fighting, has no formal training. He does, just like I usually say, just not as much as others like Batman or Wonder Woman. But anyways, Mammoth, so combining both his lack of training of any kind and his diminished intelligence, that's pretty sad.
Whoever did this must be trying to get on my last nerve. Did these jerks think I was just gonna let the tech I designed get hacked the day before I joined the Justice League? Answer: hell no. I could use some assistance. You game?
Man, watch your language. It's not gonna stop saying that. Let's actually go to Little Bohemia. Fucking annoying. Kind of hate when that happens. Like, sure, it's more of a side mission and not the main mission I have currently. But it's like, if I choose a different mission, then show me the objectives for that mission. Don't keep keeping it on, I don't know, whatever the other mission is. The mission tracker, that's what I think it's called.
Cyborg's last nerve, considering he probably only has like 5 nerves left in his body, that's a big deal.
Yeah, I questioned that honestly as to... Oh, now it tells me to go to... Son of a bitch. I questioned that myself a little bit as to how much of Cyborg's body is still organic. Besides, well, I think it changes back. It goes back and forth between left and right side of his face. But anyways, most of the time, like sometimes in some continuity, you see some flesh still there on his body. Other times you just see just half of his face or half of his head still be flesh.
Hi, I'm Booster Gold. You might remember me from other exploration adventures
Carnal
such as
Force.
Chinatown, Gotham's East End, and the harrowing Suicide Slum. Today's exploration will take us to Metropolis University, a world-class institution of higher learning.
So after this, after I complete this mission, I only need to do one more mission for Cyborg. Need to go to the restroom again.
The most recent versions of Cyborg have him only with his brain, face and heart left organic.
Well, at least part of him is still organic, so still a cyborg one way or another.
Bathroom break.
Performing scheduled patrol.
So long as you have a flesh brain, yet still half man half machine.
Scanning island perimeter. Patrolling for intruders.
Man, my heater sucks. I need a new one. So long as you have a flesh brain, yet still half man, half machine. Yeah, that's true. Oh man, oh man, oh man. Deploy turrets, protect turrets after deploying them. Hey, I wonder if I can still find Mammoth in the same spot I found it before. Hey, yo, Mammoth, where the fuck are you, man? Did that robot just say it's real? Oh no, that ain't Simon. What was that? I don't know why. Oh, there he is. I don't know why, but for some reason, out of all the members of the Fearsome Five, or High Five, and... Hey, what are you taking me for?
I was gonna make a joke about breaking the back room, but it was too shitty.
Flip, man, shut up.
Stop.
I wonder if I should ever switch Ajax back to Atomic. Cause out of all the powers in this game, oh, I did not mean to do that. Fuck, I had the wrong loadout. Out of all the powers in the game,
I know you love my horrible jokes.
Brother, please. Let's see. Atomic is the one power that definitely represents what Ajax does and how it looks when he does it the most. If that makes any sense. Dude's very low on health, and I'm still having trouble defeating him on my own. I'm 262. Or combat rating, at least. That's kind of weird. For some reason, Titan Island is one of my favorite areas. Just because I get to fight the Fearsome Five. Mainly Mammoth. I don't know what it is that makes Mammoth my favorite character. I mean, yeah, I would much rather prefer he at least have average intelligence instead of just being stupid. That's one thing about him I would change. But yeah, oh well. Where the hell did he go? But somehow, oddly enough, with Mammoth, the facial hair somehow makes the facial hair and the eyes. His eyes are yellow in this game. It makes him look a bit creepier, or even
if he
somehow.
Dumb, he would be too powerful.
I don't know, because his power is literally just superhuman strength, stamina, and durability. And it's not even Superman or even Wonder Woman levels of strength or durability or any of that other stuff. Like, it's very immense enough to where he has a degree of protection from energy attacks. Like I said, it's just not on a planetary scale. So like and like I said, not necessarily make him very smart. Don't make him like a freaking genius. Just give him like at least average intelligence.
Well, it does also seem to be a comic rule that the bigger they are, the dumber.
Yeah, true.
Subdue target.
And the dumb ones pound the hardest.
You know, I was about to say something about that. About how my character in Ajax, how he pounds very hard. Oh, no, not pounds very hard. But like he's very not relying on his strength. Nope, never mind. He's definitely one of the heavy hitters because of his overall strength and his demigod form.
In like 2 years. How is it now? Is the newest power still water? What other DLCS did that other than the one with Mance?
And yet still, for some reason, the chat voice, it refuses to speak the whole entire sentence. Hold on. Let me take care of these guys real quick. So I'd say they've definitely added a lot of things since the past 2 years. I don't know if they actually added powers after water, because I didn't start playing until last year, halfway through 2019. So I don't know if water is still the newest power, or whatever the case may be. As far as DLCs, well, there is the Justice League. Let's see, when I first started playing, this was towards, it was before Halloween. So sometime before October.
Is there still weird guys that act like girls to try and get auras materials?
I don't know about auras and materials, but there's definitely still a lot more weird people overall in this game. As to how many of them are guys acting like girls, I don't know, and I do not want to find out. That's part of the reason why when I do role plays, I only do role plays with the male characters I play as. I don't do role plays with the female characters. I'll customize female characters and play as female characters.
Weird guys acting like girls to get stuff.
Yeah, that's almost any kind of MMO, I believe. But like I said, I'll play as female characters, make custom female characters, but not ever roleplay as them. Cause I remember the first 5 I just saw back there. I think it was back there. Oh shit, it's Jinx!
Your skills are nothing.
Bitch, please. Oh, never mind. Help me, Brock Psychic.
There was this guy named Abby, who would always act like a girl to get materials and would act like it was his sister's account. He'd be
like, yeah bro, I'm playing for her. Kinda hard to act like your sister if you're telling people that you're playing for her.
Setting up those defenses. Now we can keep those tourists safe. If only there wasn't so many to deal with.
It'd make her day if you gave her a material.
Oh, there's a video I made about how some kid tried to, for whatever stupid reason, he was trying to get me to buy him some stuff, and he was saying how he was doing it for his brother because he needed to pay his brother's hospital bill, and the way he was doing this was his parents were paying him like $2 a day, or no, $10 a day to get stuff for him in this game. Which I'm thinking, if the money they're giving him is to help his brother, why not just directly pay them himself, or pay them themselves, pay the doctors themselves, something like that. Of course, as I started telling this kid how I don't believe him, why I don't believe him, he hung up Well, he didn't hang up, but he left the whole game. He ran away. Wait a minute. Ancient goddess. Stay fit. I team up with some very interesting people.
I knew a guy that played female characters. While he never tried to act a girl, he would never correct people when they assumed he was. Full of crap, emoji happy tears. People always try to pull that sad little depressed stuff out of nowhere to make you feel bad and stuff. In reality it does.
In reality, it doesn't make me feel bad. Everyone has their struggles. I mean, if he doesn't really correct... I don't know, it doesn't really bother me that he doesn't correct people. Like, well, that's their own fault for just assuming, because that's one thing I know better than to do. I don't be all like, hey, a female character must be a female playing as that female character. It's funny how that works when it comes to almost society in general, where if people see some guys will see a female, they be like, a female, ooh, 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 ooh. They go crazy over it. Bunch of fucking monkeys. Hey man, you're supposed to be on my side. I still remember how there was one guy, of course I never corrected him on the fact that I wasn't a female. I just let him stay assuming. I just told myself, okay, as soon as I'm done, I'm getting away from this guy. But yeah, he thought I was I don't know if he thought I was a female or if he didn't care rather if I was a female or not. Just the fact that
if I knew someone like that, lol, I wouldn't correct people either, because who knows, maybe a guy might go up to you and start a trade.
Might drop a material or something to trade. Is it me, or does Mammoth's arms look almost as long as his legs, if not slightly longer? Let me take care of these robots over here. Maybe I can get them to help.
And that's exactly what happened, and that's why he never corrected them. He end up with a ton of free stuff, like good stuff.
Sometimes it's fun being the leader. You know, one of these days, I'm gonna find someone whose character is all the way up
laughing the perks of having a girl character, bro.
I know, right? It's weird. Hey, I got some mail. Hey, why am I the only one attacking them up close in person? Look, they're all shooting at him. I'm the only one fighting them up close in person. You know what's funny is how often that happens, where I'm the one who's fighting the enemy. Oh shit! Like most of the time I'm the only one fighting the enemy up close and personal, where everyone else for some reason is staying at a distance and firing at them. It's like, what, am I just automatically the muscle of the group? Mammoth, you may be taller than me, but you're definitely
on now. And how many skill points do you have?
I don't know. I need to check later on how many skill points I have. I don't know what the exact maximum combat rating is. I'm gonna have to look that up. You know what's funny? It's only because I keep hitting Mammoth up close and personal the most. That's why he keeps going after me. Let's see. Thanks everyone. You know what's funny? I didn't even need to defeat Mammoth or anything for any missions. I just did that just for fun. Hell. Oh right, the giant robot. I still needed to do something about this guy. Wait a minute, Kid Flash and Superboy. Last time it was what the hell? I was blocking. That's some bull. The cavalry has arrived. Last time it was Starfire and it was Wonder Girl. It was Wonder Girl and Static. Hey, where'd my minion go? Okay, so he's constantly attacking me, and I, for some reason, didn't think, hey, I should block this stuff. Oh shit. Raven, what have they done to your design, girl?
Each piece of enhanced battle armor.
Gizmo, yeah, he's on his own. Gizmo's not fun to fight.
Check how many skill points you have, bro. I'm thinking about returning back to DC again, but a lot of people are just drama on there and NPR. And everyone pull me into their BS.
Okay, I'll let you know right now. I understand why you're asking all this, but don't tell me what to do. Please. But I'll do it just as a favor. Oh shit! Hold on, let me go somewhere where my combat rating isn't boosted up. What the hell? Ah, screw it. Wait, where the hell did I send myself? Better be the watchtower. Turn it down to 70. Oh yeah, the watchtower. There we go. Now, where was I? Health 54,000. Damn. Power 31,000. Cool. Well, good to know. My power is my second highest. I wish I could find some way to get it equal to my health. I always emphasize power and health over everything else.
Asking so that way I can grind with you and we can get our stuff up together, you know. I think I have 260.
Well, I mean, if you want to get stuff together, you gotta ask first. That's usually my thing. It's like, that's if I'm willing to collaborate with people, and I would prefer they ask first. But, oh well, I'm in a pretty good mood, so I'll let it slide. Depends if you're willing to get on and start playing tonight. So we'll see, my combat rating is 262. Equipped combat rating 262. Weapon DPS. I still don't know what DPS is. Domination points or something? I don't know. Weaponization skills 10. Weaponization 23,219. So yeah, my combat rating is 262. Though. It's funny how I have all this stuff in my base, but I don't have a damn bed.
Damn Chaos, you are in a very good mood.
I know, right? It's almost as if I just said that. Oh my goodness. How do I have all that stuff in my base and I don't have a bed yet? Like, at least give me a sleeping bag, at least. Well, check out this guy's outfit. Not bad. Aquatic Aquarian.
Each piece of enhanced battle armor is available in multiple combat roles and customizable colors.
Anything else I want to buy? There's really nothing else to buy that will increase my combat rating.
It shows cause you've only said, shut up Flip, like once.
Yeah, dang it. Need 3 players for Titans targeted type invite to join. Oh heck yeah, man. I mean, I've already done Titans targeted and there's other missions I need to do, but it's fun. So I can't sell that, can't sell that. Can't sell nor trade that. Hey, did I team up with this person before? I think I did, actually. Yeah, I did. Let's see. Don't know if you remember. Dang it. But we before for a few raids. Man, there's so many different types of skins that people have that I want to get, like cosmic skins. The only problem is, like, the type of currency that I need to get certain types of skins, you don't really get it traditionally. Superman of the DCEU, no way. It's like the currency for it, you don't really get the traditional way. You gotta get it, what do you call it, a monthly allowance? I know some of them come from quirks, or quartz, whatever the hell they're pronounced. New Titans.
That's why I can't play these games. I go crazy trying to get everything.
I know, right? It's like a different type of currency for everything. Like, why can't it be just whatever kind of money system? Like the cash, why not just let it be just cash and source marks? I'd be fine with that. Just cash and source marks. Look at all the different types of currencies they have for this game. So far. You got loyalty points, replay badges, stabilizers. But to get stabilizers, you need about 15 or 12 stabilizer fragments. You get my point. Marks of Valor, Cordian crowns, source marks, tributes, Thanagarian marks, marks of legend, Demohydron, whatever the frick that is. Quirks. Demohydrons you get for doing Justice League Dark. Mark of Legend you get, Mark of Legend and Mark of Valor you get for doing PvP. Specifically for Mark of Legend, you got to do Legends PvPs. Thanagarian marks for doing Dark Knight's Metal Part 2 missions. Tribute for doing missions in Dune Metropolis.
Types than the continent of Europe has.
I know, right? It's freaking crazy. Source marks. Of course, source marks you just get for doing queue up missions, and those are the easiest to get. Cordian crowns for doing. It wasn't even a queue up mission. It was one of those. It's one of those limited time only anniversary events where you go up against the monitor. I remember originally giving Najex Earth because I just like this idea of someone whose powers are. What's a good way of comparing him or comparing them? Oh yeah, what's his name? I think Nick Stronghold from Sky High, because his parents. Can't remember what exactly his parents' names are. But anyways, Nick Stronghold. He got super strength and durabilities from his father and flight from his mother. I think his father's name, his hero name is the Commander, while his mother's name or superhero name is Jetstream. So anyways, he has flight from his mother and super strength and durability from his father. And that's it. No energy projection of any kind. Which is like, that's a big
movie.
I know. It was pretty good. The fight scenes weren't even that bad either, despite being a kid's movie. So, well, I forgot what else. No, I remember now. So, to me, I really liked that idea. This idea of someone having...
the kids, but it was enjoyable.
Someone having immense strength, durability, and stamina, as well as the ability of flight. But nothing... excuse me. But nothing else. And originally, that's what I thought Power Girl was when I first read about her in comics. That was before I found out she was Supergirl, but from Earth 2. Same Kryptonian powers and all. I thought she literally just had super strength, durability, and stamina on the same level as a Kryptonian under the yellow sun, and flight. I didn't know she had other abilities like super breath, all those vision powers. Although, I think when it comes to stuff like cold breath or super breath, like what most Kryptonians do, I think that's a power anyone with that level of strength can do. Because that's not really anything special like controlling ice or cold or anything. That just comes from having extremely powerful lungs.
Oh shit, a Kryptonian Saiyan hybrid.
No. Hell no. 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 None of that Dragon Ball Kryptonian and stuff. There's been enough of that. Kind of. You know what I mean?
Super Saiyan.
Shut up, Flip. There's gotta be a faster way to get quirks quirks, whatever, besides having to constantly open stabilizer containers. And it's kind of stupid how it doesn't let me see like what the item looks like. Man, that's only because you pushed me to that point. It's all your fault. Look what you done to me. Look at what you done. Look at it! Let's see. Before the community. I really hope that person is joking.
You make me laugh, dude.
Damn right I do. But seriously, I need to find some way to buy items, cause... Wait, what was that? Oh, that's sweet. There's an emblem for Swamp Thing. What does that look like? even see it. Son of a bitch. It's like I want to buy different outfits that really, like different outfits or types of costumes that really emphasize certain attributes for, at least for Cleon and Najax. Don't really need to buy anything special for Karana because she doesn't really wear anything too special. Seeing how her power comes from magic, and all I had to do was just give her sorcery, and that was about it. And for what the hell? What I call? Oh yeah, Madam Washington. Considering her power set, which itself is the least variable out of everyone. Yeah, she doesn't really need anything special. She already has her costume, and that's about it. Zeus's Heavenly Lightning Amulet. Yeah, cool. I wish it would let me see what it looks like, so that way. Wait, love match this. Get them all supplies last. I wonder. I don't think I have anything that's worth trading though, so I can't do trades. I'm gonna go check the bank, see if there's anything in the banks that they have. Oh, right. There's some decent stuff they have in the bank, but the prices they sell it for. Like, look at this. Over 24 million for what? Superman, let's see, 52 days of summer movie ticket? What the hell even is that? Does not sound like something that's even worth freaking buying. It's not even a costume piece. Let me look up armor. Biohunter helmet. And they're selling it for 138,000. And this is just that army, or no, the biker helmet, and yet they're selling it for 135,000. Some of this stuff you can get for a much cheaper price from a vendor. Seriously, some of this stuff isn't even worth the price of admission. And it's only 352. That's not even impressive. Why would you sell something so bad for so much? See, 135,000 for the biker style headpiece, and that's just bad. A majority, that's the problem. A majority of this stuff is just not worth it. To the point where even if I had the money, there's no way I would buy it. Because it's just not worth it. Oh man. People are so what's the word I'm looking for? Stingy? Nah. But as I said, the amount they sell their stuff for makes no sense.
People overcharge just on the chance someone is either rich or desperate enough to just pay.
That's what I don't like about MMOs. It's like they encourage all the stuff they encourage, like grinding out certain gear and equipment, but it's just not worth it in the end.
All the Titans together, and I'm the only one here. Remote access is down, so we need to get to the security hub.
Saw so much of it on the old Republic.
Guess who, Starfire? Wait, what? This ain't Starfire's room. What are you punks doing here?
Whoa, looks like somebody's lost their tour group. It's time to show Big, Dumb, and Ugly the door.
Holy shit! My health started going down way too fast. Man, Earth is cool and all, but I should have just stuck to Atomic and created a new character with Earth power.
Kick him in the taint.
That's cold. Hey, why don't more people do that in a fight? In superhero comics. Just do like what the Nipson said. Just stomp him in the nuts. Dude even made a song of it. Hey, you know what? I ought to do something like that. Get my own group together and make a song of that. Talk about stomping him in the nuts. Oh, Mammoth is angry. Well, so am I. Fuck the guy. I don't know. I guess it's like just those kind of characters whose main power is nothing too special. It's just like super strength and just having like just superhuman attributes beyond what's normal for a human. I don't know why. That's just cool to me. To me, it's like that's one of the things I like about Mammoth. That and his cool costume. It's just sad to me that at the same time he's also pretty damn stupid, being emotionally and intellectually underdeveloped. And why does he keep going after me mostly? I think it's just because I'm the closest one, and I'm mainly the one who attacks him up close and personal. Everyone keeps their distance. But one thing I noticed, not just whenever I fight against someone like Mammoth battles, and I'm the one who's doing all the up close and personal damage. Everyone else usually tends to keep a distance. I tell myself sometimes, at least I'm getting some backup. And what's funny is that sometimes when we do boss battles, sometimes everyone's standing on one side while the boss is standing on another side, and I usually have to be the first. I usually end up being the first one to attack, like almost immediately. Does nobody notice the guy who happens to be down with the... Oh, you sons of bitches. I like fighting Mammoth. He's fun to fight. Actually, it was actually because of Mammoth that's what inspired me to switch my powers to Earth. Combining Earth and Flight to give Najax this moveset that is literally nothing but physical attacks, or...
Let's check their rooms.
Well, see, he has Super Breath, which is not a physical attack. But like I said, it's just a set of powers that just relies on being physically strong. And like I said, Super Breath and Cold Breath, that's not really anything too specific to just Kryptonians. I believe anyone with strong enough lungs can do that. Like I legitimately believe others like Black Adam and Shazam could do that too. Like they should be able to do that just from pure strength and just from pure physical strength alone. It's just that I don't think DC will let them do that simply out of the fact that they want their powers to be as unique as possible. Besides Kryptonians and Champions of the Wizard both having flight and super strength, speed, durability, all that good stuff. So that's why you don't really see them doing stuff like using Cold Breath, or even Champions of the Wizard using Cold Breath like a Kryptonian would. So let's see. I'm using martial arts. Arcane, whatever. Arcane Ghost is using Hand Blast. I don't know what everyone else is using. But as far as powers, Arcane Ghost is using sorcery.
You are correct. Oxygen super freezes in liquid phase when compressing up. Superman is just inhaling and compressing.
Yeah, so there should be no reason as to why he's the only one with the ability to do it. Raven's Ritual Chamber. Where are you, Raven? Oh, shit! Okay, I literally tried to defuse that bomb, but for some reason my character just kept flying past it. Wait, what? Again? Oh, don't do this to me! No! No, don't do this to me. Come on, I need to find some way to get this Wi-Fi. I don't think it's the adapter. I think it's just the system itself. Cause I remember Flips, you said before how that's usually the problem with PS4 systems. I know, but it's like there's got to be some way I can get it to come back. No, there's no way. I got to get it to come back somehow. This stream is going too well. Oh, okay, let's see. I think network is what I'm looking for. Connect to the internet. Set up internet